Hello guys, yes, I just filmed a video and I've still looked the same. So, this video is very different. I have never done a video like this before and I'm kind of intrigued to see how it turns out. So guys, welcome to my first TBR. I cannot believe I'm saying that, to be honest. Yay! So, every month I will show you the books or mangas that I will be reading in that month. And so far, for this month it's just going to be mangas, so it helps me catch up with reading like the books I've got coming, because my challenge for this year is to read 3 books, maybe more, every week. Now I've never done that before. I've always read a book maybe in 1 week the time it comes up, because mainly I've got mangas, but because I started in middle of last year when the whole lockdown happened, there was a lot to go through. So we're going to go for the TBR, and then I'm going to go through the releases for January that I want, the books I want to get, and I'll get more through those in a little bit later. So I'm going to go through the TBR. There is one book that I don't have in the TBR at the moment right now because it's on its way, and it would have came yesterday, but because they said they're not worrying about their eBay account, they're trying to do their online stuff, and I realised when I saw the name, I was like, wait, I'm ordering books off there already, and I've ordered pre-order books from their actual website, not on eBay, which is very different. Did not expect that. So the book that's supposed to come is now going to be coming at the end of the month, so I was like, right, this video is more for the beginning of the month so you guys can see what books I'm doing, not for the end of the month. So we're going to see, and it's kind of nice to see what books or mangas you guys have read, or what books you're going to read, to see what my TBRs, and it's nice to see other people's TBRs, because it's really interesting to see what books they want to read and see what books I want to read, kind of just despite what it is. But let's go for the TBR, and then we're going to go through the books that I want to get for this year, which is going to be fun. And yes, I just realised I have a pen on my t-shirt. Sorry, I was rewriting my whole year of DVDs and books that I'm going to read this year. We'll read and watch. Anyway, so the first book is going to be the Canon Magazine Kill of Volume 9. So I finally got the rest of the volumes of Canon Magazine Kill. It has 15 volumes, so I'll show you the covers. And then I have started to get the Canon Magazine Kill 0, which has 10 volumes. But 2 of them you will see in this year. But yeah, so it starts me out just able to, ow my back, sorry. Then it helps me, when reading mangas, it helps me a little bit more to get through the small books. So I've added mangas in each of the piles, so it makes it more easier. So this is the volume 9. There is like a little black cover. So, me not realising what happened, I bought the rest of the volumes of Canon Magazine Kill, but not knowing, I'll put that, not knowing that all volume 10 to volume 15 are actually in German. So I was like, okay, they're in German, that's going to be interesting. For me, I don't always read the writing in the mangas. I like to go through the pictures, and it kind of tells a story of its own, and you can understand it without reading it. So here's volume 10. You don't believe me, I had to search up to see what language it is. It's in German, so I am trying to translate it myself. I am going through it. I took a picture of it more likely. So when I do the review, it's going to be, I'll be able to translate it. And also guys, which I did last year as well, I actually combined mangas together to make it more easier. So doing 3 separate videos for it, when I could do 3 books into one, and 3 books into one to make it more easier. And I think I like it like that way with the mangas to make it more better. So I'll be doing that. So volume 10, it's Pink with Mine. Then we have volume 11 was Tatsumi. I didn't actually like the way it ended because I felt really upset with how each of the group of Night Ranger decided is dying. Did not like it. So this is all blue. Sorry for the awful glare. But right now the weather is not completely like nice. It's not as bright. I woke up about 6 o'clock this morning and it was 0 degrees. Looked outside and I will say there is snow on people's roofs right now. There is like a little bit of snow. So it always does this every year in January. There's somehow a little bit of snow. But yeah. So volume 12. We have this one. And this is like a yellow. Then we have a Canon sister in this one. Oh my god, the stupid glare. Sorry. And then this one's more of an orange. And then we have a character in volume 14. And you can see, and this is in a red. So this is another one with Tatsumi in one of the, I can't remember his name, I haven't read this in a while. So this one here is volume 15, and this manga is actually quite a bit longer because this is the final series of the of volume 15 before it gets to 0. I'm guessing it goes through the 0 past what the anime goes through. I'm guessing this happens when he dies or something like that. I'm not sure. And this one is more like longer, but it is also, like I said, it's like a kind of on screen it looks like a red, but actually in life it's like a metallic pink almost, and it's kind of nice. I like it. Okay, and then this is the volume 1 of Can Make It Kill 0. So I would have had number 2, but that's not arriving yet. So there's that. I do like that a lot. Yeah, so this is the backup now, and this one is in actually English. So as I said, I bought volume 2, 3 and 4 all together because they came from the same company, and then I got refunded for those 3 books, so I had to reorder those 3 books again. But since I really ordered those books when I thought I reordered them, I ordered volume 5, so volume 5 is going to come before 2, 3 and 4, which is a pain in the butt. But anyway, that was my TBR part. This part is about the books that it's going to be new release for this month and all of that, which is going to be fun, and I'm really looking forward to it too. So I have it on my phone because it's more easier to show you guys. So the first book that I'm going to show you is actually the book that's going to be in my Fairyloot book box. So I am doing a challenge myself to figure out to see what book is going to be each month, so I don't buy that same book because I want to keep up to date with the new releases. And this book also showed out because this is the only book that's more of the mythology that's into it, and I love mythology. And that book is, you guys can actually see it, is Lore by Alexandra Bracken, and that really so that's the book for this month for my Fairyloot, which I'm really looking forward to. Then I have this book, it's A Vow So Bold and Deadly by Bridget Kemmer. Now with this book as well, I actually have pre-ordered this book, and I had the Curse So Dark and Lonely in paperback, and I realised that I ordered this in hardback, and I was like, crap, I need to have the 3 series in hardback. So that's what I like to do anyway. So there's that one. So those 2 I'm not going to really explain about those 2 because you guys have probably heard it. These are actually the new releases as well. So this one is Tales from the Hinterland by Melissa Albert, and she's the author of The Hazelwood. So that's what it looks like. I love the cover. And this is going to be one of my lists to get. I am going to get all the new releases of all the books, so I have them up-headed, so all I've got to do is their previous books if they have got any. So about this book is quite interesting. So normally I would go off by the covers, but I was like, no, I think I want to read about more of the synopsis, so that's what I did. And it says on here, journey into the hinterlands, a brutal and a beautiful world where a young woman spends a night with death. Brides are wed to a mysterious house in the trees, and a enchantress is killed twice, but she still lives. I was like, that's all it's given me. And I was like, what the heck is this thing? I need to read it like now. And obviously I know she has Hazelwood and another book before this one, because this is the third book in the trilogy, so this is going to be fun to read. So like I said, I will be getting this book. I am trying to get all the books that come out this year, and that to go with my other books that I've got already. So I've already pre-ordered 3 of the books, which is Written in the Starlight, which I'll show in the book in a minute. It comes out this month. Broken Web and Untethered. So yeah, Written in the Starlight is by Isabel Isban. Broken Web is by Laura M. Lee, and then Untethered by Kaylin Flanders. Sorry. So the next one is We All Had This Person Before, and this is the We Free the Stars by Hasfa Fazal. So sorry again if I can't pronounce that name. But this was already on my list, but now it's going to be on my list quicker, because it's the second book to I forgot what the book was called. Reset the Stars? I don't know, but I can't remember. But it says on it, after the battle on, sorry if I do not know how to say words on it, but it says, after the battle of Shara, Saphira and Nasser return to a ghostly Sultan's Keep. Low on resources and allies alike, the Dark Forest has fallen, but the kingdom teems with the fear of the Lion of the Night's return. As Nasser struggles to master the dark power in his blood, Saphira struggles against a very different darkness festering through her bond with the Jawwalt. So I'm like, okay. I was thinking to myself, what happened in the first book, and I need to read it now. So like I said, I will be getting this book first, because I was doing something completely different for next year, but then I was like, actually, I'm going to change up a little bit and do the books that are supposed to come out this year, and do that, like something like that. But you know my TBRs, you'll see them all. So that's for next year books. So yeah, like any of these books that comes out this year, I'll be reading them next year, because I've got the books from this year that I need to, from last year, that I need to read this year. That makes sense, right? Right. Okay, so the next book is Of Cast in the Firelight by Dana Swift. Now that cover looks absolutely amazing, and let's just say the cover, I was like, yes, please. Now listen to this. Together they arranged marriage with unite 2 of Wickery's most powerful kingdoms, but after years of rivalry from afar, Andre and Jatin only agree on one thing: their reunion will be anything but sweet. Only Destiny has other plans, and with the criminal underbelly of Belware suddenly making a move for control, their paths cross, and neither realise who the other is, adopting separate secret identities instead. Being dodging deathly spells and keeping their true self hidden, the pair must learn to put their trust in the other, if either is to uncover the real threat. Now Wickery's fate is in the hands of rivalries, fiancés, partners, whatever they are, is complicated and bound for greatness or destruction. So this is Dana's first book that she's bringing out this year, so I'm kind of looking forward to see what the other books will be, if they do come out, if she has other books. So like I said, like all these books are going to be read next year. That's why I'm kind of getting myself ahead of myself with books. I have a lot of books to get for this year. There's going to be books. Yeah. So next I have The Winter Keep by Christine Carshaw. So that's what the book looks like, the cover. And I think there's another kind of book is more of like a girl in blue hair kind of one. I can't show, well, I'll show the bottom. It kind of looks like that. It's not really much of a good screen thing, but So it says on him, a new land has been discovered to the east. Winterkeep is a land of miracles, a democratic republic run by people who like each other, whose people speak to telepathic sea creatures, adopt telepathic foxes as pets, and fly across the ships in detached two balloons. But when bitter blues avoid to Winterkeep drown under suspicious circumstances, she and Gideon and her half-sister Hava set out to discover the truth, putting both Bitter Blue's life and Gideon's heart to the test when Bitter Blue is kidnapped. So I believe Bitter Blue is actually the book as well, another book that she's done, I believe, if I'm correct. It says Gideon believes she has drowned leaving him and her to solve the mystery of what happened in the Winter Keep. Lovisa Canvenda is a teenage daughter of a powerful scholar and an industrial with a fire inside her that is always hungry, always just nearly about to make something happen. She is the key to everything, but if only she finds out what's going on before everyone else, and only if she's willing to translate the person she's been all of her life. So that sounded really well. Okay, just look to the window and if it's gone foggy. Yeesh, winter's coming. So that book really, really like enchanted to me because I don't know much books that has kind of this kind of area, and I really, really find it really good to read. So the next book is Into the Heartless Woods by Joanna Ruth Meyer. So that's what the book looks like, which I love. She has other books as well with this, but this one definitely gave me like, ooh, I did not expect that. Because the cover was like, not sure, but when I read the synopsis, it was really interesting. The forest is a dangerous place where Siren's song lures men and women to their deaths. For centuries, a witch has harvested souls to feed their heartless tree, using its power to grow her domain. But when Owen Merrick is lured into the witch's wood, one of her tree siren daughters, Serin, saves his life instead of ending it. Every night he climbs over the garden wall to see her, and every night her longing to become a human deepens. But a shift in the stars foretells a dangerous curse, and Siren's quest to become human will lead them into an ancient war raging between the witch and the king who's trying to stop her. I was like, oh my god, that sounds like a freaking bloody good book. So I'm definitely adding that to my list to get. And I believe this is her first book that she's getting. First book she's got, sorry, getting. But this is going to be really interesting to see if there's another book that come out of this. Oh, I said that she had other books. Okay, then this is the Written in Starlight. Okay, sorry, my face. So I've already got this book pre-ordered, and I believe this book is coming to me in February or something like that. So I won't see it for January, but I have got it pre-ordered coming. Then next I have Crown of Bones by A.K. Weiler. Really interesting book. It says, in the world of the brink of the next great dying, no amount of training can prepare for us what is to come. A young Heres will raise the most powerful phantom in all Brazen. A dangerous high savant will do anything to control the 9 realms. A mysterious and deadly mark race will steal children into the sea, and a handsome guide with far too many secrets will make me fall in love. Then I read this bit. My name is Ash, a lowly scribe meant to observe and record, and yet I think I'm destined to surprise us all. What? Heck yeah. So I've already seen people getting this book already, and I'm like, no. So I should have thought about this when I was doing last year, because I didn't actually think about it, and I could have pre-ordered this book already, but I didn't. Whoops. Okay, the next book is Unchosen by Catherine Blair. So look at that cover, it's very nice, unique. I feel like I've seen a book that's very like this. I'm just not sure what it is. It's not converted. So it says on here, for Charlotte Holloway, the world ended twice. The first was when her childhood crush, Dean, fell in love with her older sister. The second was when the crimson a curse spread through eye contact, turned the major of humanity into flesh-eating monsters. So pretty much like zombies. Near the end of the world changed Charlotte. She's still in the shadows of her siblings. Her popular older sister, Hallow, now commands forces of survivors, and her talented young sister, Vanessa, is the chosen one, who legend has it can end this curse. When their settlement is raided by their seeking the chosen one, Charlotte makes a reckless decision to save Vanessa. She takes her place as prisoner. The world crosses the 7 seas that the chosen one has been found. But when Dean's life isn't threatened and resistance looms on the horizon, the lie keeping Charlotte alive begins to unravel. She has to break free, forge her new bonds, and choose her own destiny if she has any hope of saving her sister, her life, and maybe even the world. Because sometimes the end is just a new beginning. So I feel like even though her sister is the chosen one, I think she might end up being the chosen one instead. I don't know. Okay. And this book is called The Soul of Cinder by Brie Barton. I love anything that kind of reminds me of Cinderella. So, and the cover looks amazing. So it looks like the word cinder is kind of burnt off. It's kind of cool. And the little line on the cover says, "Only in the house of shadows can darkness come to light." That sounds pretty good too. Ouch. So it says on here, Prince Quinn has returned to the River Kingdom, ready to spearhead a rebellion and reclaim the throne. He vowed to destroy Mia, Pillar and Angelina if they oppose him, even if he must use his newfound magic to set the world aflame. Across the four kingdoms, the element has been tipped anew. Volcanoes erupting, glaciers collapsing, the city sink into the western sands. After losing Angie, Mia and Pillar journey to the Glass Kingdom to seek help, though soon their fragile bond of sisterhood begin to fray. By a sensation of creeping back with them a searing grief. Pillar, terrified of being broken, and once again seeks life to confront in her fist. But when they hear rumours of a misty island that promised to erase all pain, they suddenly find themselves with an answer, if they're willing to pay the cost. So this is seems to be about 4 girls were friends, and then one became the prince. Or 4 girls. It sounds like they're all girls, but the Prince Quinn had friends, I'm guessing, and then obviously he turns against them. So there's that one. Next we have The Frozen Crown by Greta Kelly. So I love anything that has kind of crowns on the front because it looks just really cool. And this tips it. Very cool. Here we go. Asuka becomes heir to the Frozen Crown of Savannah Fish because of her devotion to her people. But her realm is facing a threat because she cannot defeat by sheer will alone. The mad emperor of the roving empire has unleashed a horde of invading soldiers to enslave her land. For months her wars have waged a vigilante stealth battle, and yet they cannot stop the enemy's advancement. Running out of time, she set sail for sun-drenched Vinchhair, the neighbouring land to the south, to seek help from its ruler, Emperor Anmin. A young woman raised in an army camp, Asuka is ill-equipped to navigate Vengeance labyrinth politic games. Her every move sinks her deeper into court intrigues which bewilder and repel her, leaving her vulnerable to only to the enemies gathering at the visitor's gates, but to those who behind the palace walls. After in the glittering court, where secrets are worth more than gold, Asuka fears that one false step will expose her true nature. For Asuka, in a witch gifted with magical abilities, knowledge that she could destroy not only her life but her people, and her adds the very door closer. So Asuka is forced to make an impossible choice, but no matter what she decides, it may not be enough to prevent Savesh's fall. And I read that and I was like, oh my god, what the heck is this book about? So, yes, it's going to have politics kind of looks like in it and some other bits, but to be honest, it'll clash together. I hope it turns out good. So yeah, that's all the books that I want to get for this month. Well, I should say I'm only getting 3 of the books, so lucky me. So obviously there is some books that I do plan to get some for this. Oh, here, got hang on. This year already. Like I did for this year, I started getting for each book and see if they got new books out. And there's some that I did not realise they had new books coming out this year, and I need to find, because there's one author and she has 3 new books coming out. What? I did. Hello. But anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this January TBR and the January releases. I hope you guys will see you for next month's one, which is going to be interesting, because that's when the real books start, in the middle, well, and at the end of the February month. You guys will see when you see the TBR. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time for the next book release thing TBR. I don't know. Bye, guys.